What a beautiful room, what an energy, and what achievements we have just seen. So congratulations to all the awardees. So guten Tag, wie geht es Ihnen? How are you? I hope you're enjoying this. I am really, really excited to be here today. It's a great pleasure to share this experience with Atomy, a company that shares Lipotru's passion for science-driven innovation, for high-quality skincare, and for excellence at every step. So today, I'm going to be walking you through who Lipotru is, the cutting-edge technologies behind our ingredients, the science that supports epitensive, which is a key ingredient in Atomy's absolute selective code, and how this technology contributes to Atomy's de-aging and science-driven positioning. So Lipotru is a biotechnological company born from the need for innovation, speed, and scientific excellence in the cosmetic market, which is a very competitive industry. This year is especially meaningful for us because we celebrate our 10th anniversary, marking a decade of innovation and breakthroughs that continue to accelerate our growth and our global partnerships. We have a strong and diverse scientific team composed of highly skilled PhDs, scientists, and technical specialists. And today, Lipotru operates internationally with offices in our Barcelona headquarters, in the US, Lipotru Inc., and also in France, Italy, and Singapore. This global presence allows us to collaborate with partners and with brands worldwide. Lipotru was created to act as a central R&D engine for the cosmetic industry, integrating advanced technology platforms to develop high-performance ingredients. And our team brings together over 40 years of accumulated research and development experience. We collaborate closely with leading scientific institutions, of course with the University of Barcelona, but also with the Helmholtz Zentrum in the Technical University in Munich, and the Max Planck Institute, just to mention a couple of local examples, among other collaborations that we have. These collaborations allow us to combine scientific academic research with industrial innovation for the development of our ingredients. And our work is really driven by three pillars: creativity, innovation, and speed, which are, I think, really aligned with the needs for the cosmetic sector. So, getting a little more into the science, at Lipotru we rely on several advanced technology platforms to develop our ingredients. These include artificial intelligence-assisted peptide design, also marine biotechnology, green plant biotechnology, and multi-layered omic analysis. This last one is a technique that really allows us to understand exactly how an ingredient functions and works inside the skin. However, the technology that is most relevant for today's presentation, and the one that we use to produce epitensive, is our Wild Plants as Biofactories platform, which I will describe in the next minutes. So our Wild Plants as Biofactory technology and the quality of the ingredients that it provides has attracted the interest of major global cosmetic brands. Because this approach really reflects a growing trend in the industry towards advanced biotechnology, but combined with natural production systems. So premium brands are increasingly looking for ingredients that combine high scientific performance, but at the same time have very good safety and sustainability profiles. And these characteristics is exactly what our technology provides. So now we will zoom in a little bit on the technology behind epitensive, which is our bioidentical epidermal growth factor, and the value that it brings to the high quality of Atomy's Absolute selective skincare line. What makes our technology unique is that we use plants, wild plants, as natural biofactories to produce human proteins. So traditionally, proteins such as EGF have been produced using microorganisms, bacteria, yeast, in fermentation systems. In our system, it's the plant itself that produces the human protein, which allows us to obtain a molecule that is structurally much closer to the human protein than a bacteria ever will do. So this system offers really three important advantages. The first, biological similarity. I have just mentioned that. Plant cells are able to produce human proteins that are much closer to natural human proteins than bacteria, simply because plant cells are more similar to human cells than bacteria are. Second, exceptional safety and purity. Let me tell you a little bit about endotoxins. Endotoxins are one of the key factors in determining the quality of EGF. So how do endotoxins happen? Endotoxins can occur in production systems that use E. coli bacteria, which is the most common way of producing low-cost, large-scale EGF. These endotoxins originate in the outer membrane of the bacteria. They're also called LPS. And in the production system, they can be released into the ingredient when the bacteria cells break down. In contrast, plant-based systems such as ours do not contain LPS, do not contain endotoxins. So that is, again, a major advantage. Third, sustainability. Plants use water, nutrients, light to grow. So this process is really energy efficient and environmentally friendly. To guide the plant to produce the protein that we want, in this case EGF, we introduce mRNA. That's a technical word. It's basically a set of instructions so that the plant knows which protein to make. This same scientific principle was recognized with a Nobel Prize in 2023, highlighting the importance of mRNA science in modern biotechnology. So to illustrate this process, I'm going to show you a short video so that you can put a picture in how this is done. The whole process is done in several locations in Spain. In Tarragona, we grow the plants indoor in a system called vertical farming, where you have multiple layers. Here you can see the sustainability. We don't use plastic, all is cellulose. We use red lighting for growing the plants, which is the most efficient light to achieve optimum growth, and here you see the different levels. Now we're introducing the mRNA, the instructions to make the protein, so the plant starts producing this human protein. You can see the leaves here that are already producing protein. They look a little different. And now we harvest those leaves, and we take those leaves to Madrid, also in Spain, to extract the protein and purify it. This is a highly technical, highly complex system, multi-step purification, where we start, as you can see, with a green smoothie, and we need to eliminate all the plant components, so the fibers, the pigments. We need to remove that to end up with just the pure human protein. As you can see here, after several purification steps, we get a clearer and clearer liquid until we have an absolute clean and pure human EGF. There's strict quality control as well to make sure that everything goes as planned. So once we have, you have here the purified protein that is shipped then to our headquarters in Barcelona, where we have our production facility. And that is, we're located south of Barcelona on the Mediterranean coast. So that is where we transform the purified protein into the cosmetic ingredient that Atomy incorporates in Absolute Cell Active. Hope you like that. It's a pretty special process. We're unique in the sense of producing proteins that way. So let's now focus on the star of today's presentation, which is epitensive, the ingredient that you know from Absolute Cell Active code. So what exactly is epitensive, and why do we refer to it as delivering absolute efficacy? Epitensive is, as I mentioned before, a bioidentical epidermal growth factor, also known as EGF. If you're interested in cosmetics, and especially if you're interested in really premium cosmetics, you might already have heard of EGF. It's a very famous ingredient. EGF plays a critical role in skin biology. It is essential for your skin. It acts as a communication signal between skin cells, telling the cells when to regenerate, when to grow, when to repair tissue. However, as we age, natural EGF levels decline significantly. This contributes to wrinkles, loss of elasticity, less renewal in the skin, a thinner epidermis. So by replenishing this communication signal, epitensive helps restore the skin's natural regeneration and communication system. Epitensive has been demonstrated to stimulate the production of elastin and collagen. It improves elasticity, it supports the skin barrier, and it also increases hyaluronic acid levels. In the cosmetic industry, though, EGF ingredients exist in different qualities, in different grades. And there can be very big differences in terms of purity, of grade, and also price. The key difference in these different qualities is really the production method. So, as said, EGF, low cost, large scale, is typically produced in bacteria. But they may contain endotoxins, as we have learned a minute ago, and they're structurally less similar to the real human protein. So it's a lower grade of EGF. Yeast-derived EGF has a higher quality, but it's still genetically modified, and it's not fully identical either to the real human protein. On the contrary, plant-derived EGFs, like epitensive, offers several advantages. It is non-GMO, it is free of endotoxins, and it's structurally the closest to the human protein, so the skin recognizes it as its own. And that results in the highest possible quality of the ingredient. I'll tell you a little secret. To give you an idea of the value of this ingredient, 1 gram of epitensive is more valuable than 1 gram of gold. Even so, Atomy has been able to give you this absolute quality at an absolute value. Interestingly, Atomy is our first and largest, by far, global partner for this ingredient, for which we're really grateful. A little more on what epitensive does. You might also be familiar with collagen and elastin. These are two essential proteins responsible for maintaining skin structure and elasticity. They're located in the dermis, which is the lower part of the skin, and together they form a strong but flexible network that supports skin firmness. You can think of this network as a mesh that keeps the skin resilient and allows it to bounce back after movement. Collagen really provides more of the strength of the structure, while elastin allows the skin to stretch and then recover its original shape. What you might not know is that there are different types of collagen in the skin. In particular, collagen 3 is more common in younger skin, and it's responsible for that softness, for that suppleness of young skin. Collagen 3, in fact, is also called baby collagen. Studies have shown that epistensive stimulates elastin and collagen production, but it has a stronger effect on collagen 3. So this is closely linked to a youthful-looking skin. What does this mean for the consumer? What does it mean for all of us? Clinical studies have demonstrated that epistensive has a strong and visible de-aging effect. So in a 28-day clinical study, we saw up to 51% of reduction in wrinkles and up to 32% improvement in skin rugosity. Additional benefits included increase of elasticity and also more regenerated epidermis. Results are already visible at 14 days, but they improve, as you can see in the images, at 28 days, they're even better. Importantly, these results were obtained using epistensive alone in a very simple formulation, nothing to it. Imagine the potential results when combined with a carefully designed skincare formulation. And you're going to learn all about that in the talk that Colmar will give this afternoon. Very exciting talk, very nice results. However, having a powerful ingredient like epistensive on its own is not enough. As Atomy and Colmar know very well, it requires a high level of technology, of science, of formulation expertise to find the right combination of active ingredients that will actually work together and not fight with each other. That has been accomplished in Absolute Selective's code, the perfect selection of active ingredients. Also, the formulation needs to be able to deliver the active ingredients to the right cells at the optimum concentration. And here, the Absolute delivery technology plays a fundamental role. And again, you are going to learn all about that in a later talk. It is this commitment to excellence, uncompromising quality, and using the right ingredients in an optimized formulation that is the heart of the Absolute Selective success. Just to summarize the messages, if all you remember is this, the value proposition of epistensive and Absolute Selective align extremely well. First, cutting-edge biotechnology. I mentioned epistensive is produced using advanced mRNA-based biotechnology recognized with a Nobel Prize. Second, cellular communication. EGF is the natural signaling molecule in the skin that tells the cells when to regenerate. Third, nature combined with science. Sorry, I skipped one. Third, nature combined with science. We've seen that we produce the ingredient in plants using biotechnology combined with scientific precision. Fourth, clinically proven results. You have seen the images, you will see the efficacy this afternoon. And finally, absolute value, high purity, high efficacy, high quality. This really reflects Atomy's philosophy of delivering absolute quality and absolute value to the consumers. So with that, thank you very much. Dankeschön. Kamsahamnida.